Howdy, or terve, as people here tend to say. That's a few days back. Extreme weather in Finland. The sun is shining. And many people have noticed sometimes it's really like brutal. If you stand in the sunlight, you feel you get burned instantly. Sometimes it's not. It has to do with radiation, induction energy and such, which is related to many things. Earth's electrical circuits and such. So in Finland, if it's really sunny and the sun is like really burning you, it's really hot, you really feel the difference between being in the shadow or being in the sunlight. Then people say here, Aurinko porottaa. Käytetään kun aurinko paistaa tosi kuumasti. Kylläpäs aurinko porottaa tänään kuumasti. So now let's break down the whole thing. Porottaa. We have the first part of the word, which is poro. And here they're just saying this is used when the sun is shining really hot. So now I have been thinking for many times, or for many years, how does it come that the sun porottaa? Because this first part of the word, poro, means, here we have the word poro, Finnish, English. It means reindeer. So in a way, if you would put it in English language, the sun is reindeering. Doesn't make any sense. Or does it? So let's try to figure out if there's any sense behind all that. Let's go to a touch of red, archaeological and ethnographic approaches to interpreting Finnish rock paintings, made in 2008 by Antti Lähelmä. And that's a really long paper, really nicely made, many very nice pictures. Publisher, the Finnish Antiquarian Society. And here, it's really practical. You can search for, was it elks and human figures or something like that? Elk and human figures. Now let's click on that and let's scroll down still further. I will put a link below to that. You can check it out. I used parts of this paper in my own paper as a reference. For example, here, this might be a deer or a reindeer or an elk, according to him. Geometric figures. So, we have this here. Figure 33, representations of sacrificial platforms on Sami drums. Sami are the Indians of Scandinavia and Siberia, like the ancient people. With an elk, reindeer, or an idol represented on top. So that's it. So obviously, this looks probably more like a reindeer. Let me show you a reindeer. Wikipedia. Reindeer. A reindeer. So, with this little text under this picture, you won't get any further. But if you take Anthony Peratt into the game, this paper we just watched was made in 2008. This was made in 2003, 5 years before the other paper. And if you scroll down, I know in this specific paper there isn't these kind of reindeer structures, but I didn't have the time to search a paper in order to show you. So let's just scroll down and check out the pictures. Spider-Man. And there are like also these kind of geometrical figures. We have the owl. Crosses. And also these kind of shapes. And it's a little bit of a pity that I didn't really have the time to search for the perfect picture. But there are petroglyphs with these kind of reindeer shapes, horns, or however you call them in English. For example, here there's a dog-like figure beside it. These are like the horns. So I just try to say that Aurinko POROTTAA, the sun is reindeering. I think this comes from ancient times when there has been these plasma discharge events and people were witnessing this and they carved it into stone. It just happened to look like reindeers in some time because it was like changing all the time. And sometimes the radiation which got emitted by these discharges, they were really dangerous. They really burned stuff. And since it might have looked like the horns of a reindeer, it stayed in the language. So if there is like much radiation coming from the sun, which you feel on your skin or through the clothes, the sun is reindeering. But this is just my opinion, how this word came, or like this saying came into Finnish language. There's probably no one watching my videos from Finland, I guess. I don't know. If you are, put a comment below. It would be interesting. I have no idea who's watching my videos. But it doesn't matter too much. It would be just interesting. I'm curious, you know. But anyway, this is just something not related to anything, or is it? Like people use their language all their life and never really think about what they're saying. Where is it coming from? What does it mean? And it's really interesting. And I haven't been able to talk Finnish until I moved here 15 years ago, so I had to learn it from the beginning. Basically, it was Swiss German, my mother's tongue. We had to speak German, write German, read German. So it was basically, there are two different kinds of language. And we had to learn French in school. I was one point really good at speaking French. Not in school, it was afterwards. And English. And then I had to learn Finnish, which is a really difficult language in some way. And it's really interesting. There are many similar things like this. And how funny. I think you can follow this saying back to ancient times when it got carved in stone because people saw that in the sky. And they just tried to warn that, yeah, the sun can be really dangerous. But what to do? Like if there is no international comparison happening, you probably won't figure out things like that. I don't know. This is my theory about that. If someone knows better than me and can provide also proof for that, peer-reviewed papers and see these kind of things, pictures or whatever, please send it to me or get in touch. You will figure out how to contact me. And I could provide much more proof because this is just like a freestyle video I just had. The idea, I could make a video about that. So let's find 2 or 3 pages quickly and just go. I basically do many of my videos as I go. There's no script. There's maybe a thing what I want to talk about, but there's no script, so I don't know where it goes sometimes. Because this could be endless. And there's always, my videos are always just a sneak peek into something, a small detail. Which of course is part of a bigger picture, but it's just like, it's a big picture. But anyway, I leave it here. Thanks, bye.